Well, good morning. Today is Canada Day up in our neighbors to the north. So I just got back from Canada. I was up in Nova Scotia with my wife for about a week, and we had a blast. And I brought one camera. Of course, I always bring the A7C Mark II wherever I go when I'm on vacation or I want to do street photography or something other than sports. And on it, you'll see the 20-70 f4G lens. I also brought with me the 7200 f4G Mark II lens, which is a lens that people think about very little. It's an awesome lens. It's also macro, which came in handy up there. And finally, I brought the 300-2.8 because it's so light and small, it's not much to carry in a backpack or whatever. And always I had the 1.4 extender on it the entire time. So basically, I had a 20-70, I had a 70-200, and I had a 420 f4, and that's it. That's like what I brought up there. Now, it's actually not true. That's it. I also brought a 16-35 f4G, but I only used it once. But you know, whatever. But really, the three lenses here comprise the whole kit. And one of the things I want to talk about in this video is how a lot of people think about the 300-2.8 as just 300-2.8. But the added 1.4 converter makes it a 420 f4. And it's a tremendous optic when used in that way with that combination. It really is. And then you add the, the macro capability of the 7200 and then the massive zoom range, 20 millimeter to 70 at f4. So basically, I went to Nova Scotia with my wife and we did the entire vacation at f4. And so, enough me yakking, let's talk about the pictures now. All right, here's the first image I took. This is on the side of the road. Beautiful roads up there, by the way. How they keep those roads so gorgeous with all the freezing and the cold, I don't know. But this is the 20-70 f4, which kind of stays in the camera all the time. And the sun was setting and it was just absolutely gorgeous. Note that I'm wide open at f4. I'm at 70 here, and the shutter speed's nice and high at 6/40th of a second. I want everything sharp. So just the light just made this picture really scream, I think. There's another variation. I don't like it as much, but it's still pretty compelling. This is 36 millimeter. Obviously, the zooms give you this amazing ability to, use a different lens instantly, and that's what's kind of cool about them. So this is just a place that a rest stop on the side of the road up in Canada, and it was just really beautiful. And the water up there has a kind of a different quality. It's really dark, and it just looks different up there. I'm not really sure why. Maybe it's because it's seawater or something. I don't know. So this is on the edge of the ocean, obviously, and I saw this grass, and it was blowing like crazy in the wind, but it made a really nice picture. 45 millimeter on this. This is still the 20-70 f4. Notice I'm down all the way at ISO 50. And I'm just really trying to maximize everything. Again, shooting wide open at f4. This is my car. This is at a lighthouse on Briar Island, which is where we stayed for a couple days. We were doing whale watching tours there, and I love my car, and it goes everywhere I want it to go, and it does it with incredible efficiency. We averaged 41.6 miles per gallon for 3,400 miles from Knoxville to Nova Scotia and back, and a lot of places in between. And just the setting sunlight just made this kind of nice. And here's the setting sun that I was actually shooting, not the car. I'm underexposing here on purpose just to show more detail around the sun. I'm always amazed at the width and breadth of what you can capture with the A7 IV sensor, this 33 megapixel sensor that is also in the A7C Mark II and will be in the FX2, the new camera coming in October of 2025. So this is pretty nice. This is the lighthouse I was standing next to and when I was shooting all these pictures. It's just nice to do. This is a 16 millimeter. This is a 16 to 35 f4. I'm pretty sure it's the only time I used it the entire trip, but I was glad to have it because I would not have been able to make this picture without it. So anyway, there you go. I guess I did take more than one. So this is the lighthouse there. It's been there a long, long time, and it's an actual active lighthouse as well. And here the sun's getting close to setting. I'm at 81 millimeter, which means by default that I changed to the 7200 f4 Mark II. So I'm still wide open at f4 and 1250th and 125 ISO. And this is like what it looks like at 200 versus 81 millimeter. So 200 millimeter, I can really get in there. I'm underexposing because I really want that detail around the clouds and the sun, and the water is reflecting pretty well. So here's another wide angle, not wide angle, but the 70 millimeter. So this is 7200 f4 zoomed out. So you can see the two extremes of what's possible with that lens. Love it. And this is at 70, just a different crop. I'm also always thinking about like dropping type in up here, how the picture could be sold in the future through the agency I work for. So, and then just kind of typical sunset, but beautiful all the same. You know, sunsets are funny. You kind of know they're going to wow you, but every sunset does. So it's like, you just shoot them, man, you know. And this is after it's all done. 20 millimeter. I really like the solitary seagull in the sky here. It's kind of cool. But just beautiful out there. Just gorgeous. 20 millimeter. This is a 20 to 70G. The next morning, we get up and we got on a whale watching cruise, and this is the Briar Island sort of main street. Duck going to work. These the side of the mountain was just incredible. Like the seashore with all these rocks was just, I don't know, it looked like a postmodern art form or something. And the colors of the lichen was really gorgeous. I mean, it was just beautiful. And notice I'm at 4,000th of a second, you know, like, and this is the 300-28 with a 1.4 on it. So this is the first picture you're going to see of that. Just the lichen and all this is just great. I'm on a boat. I'm way far away from this, but with 420 millimeter of reach, I can just reach out and grab what I want. It's awesome. Same thing. Just a lone seagull with these beautiful flowers in the background and the color of the sea and all the seaweed and the lichen and the trees. Just really, really beautiful up there. It's so gorgeous. This is the first whale we saw on the trip. I'm going to kind of go through these a little quickly because there's just a lot of pictures of the whales. You can't not shoot whales when they're there in front of you. And on day 2, I actually got bored with shooting whales, which seems crazy. But anyway, this is pretty neat. Just all the little details you can get. Again, the higher shutter speeds allow you to make the water look like that, where you can pick up the water droplets from the movement of the whale, stuff like that. I really like that. And the reflection of the whale's fin. Again, just a wider shot. It was really calm and foggy that morning, and it was very, very beautiful. That was my first blow, and I think it might be my only blow with a tail. Usually you get the blow, and then the head disappears, and then the tail comes up. And this was very fortunate that I got the tail and the blow at the same time. So again, this is pretty cool. I don't know if they were just selling us a bill of goods or what, but the people on the tour said that it's the first time in 32 years that they saw a calf with a mother up there. These are fin whales, and just to get both is pretty unusual. They said the last time this happened was 32 years ago. So I don't know if that's true, but I was really excited to get both fins above water, and obviously one smaller than the other, so it's kind of cool. And the sea is just so calm and beautiful. It was really something. Just a look from behind. I'm going to go through these a little quicker, but it's just so, these whales are really cool. And the fog is kind of lifting above the water a little bit, and the seagulls, and it's just really gorgeous up there. This is just seaweed growing in the rocks. When the tide goes in and out, this gets dried up, and then the tide comes back in and it dries it. But I just love the green and the contrast to the black rocks. It was just really, really cool. Yeah, these flowers in this bog. We walked through this bog on Briar Island. It's very beautiful. Almost all the pictures I took in the bog are with a 420 f4 with a 302.8 with a 1.4 converter, like this. Just again, the lichen and the blue of the sea and the black rocks just really made this work. If you look closely, you can see there's a fly, or probably a black fly, that didn't bite me, got bit itself. I love it. I didn't even see this until I was in the edit, so it was kind of cool to run across this. The seagulls are pretty cool. They're easy to photograph. There's thousands and thousands of them up all the time, so if you ever want to do birds in flight and get really good at it, just go up to Nova Scotia and shoot seagulls. There's a lot of ducks around, tons and tons of ducks, and I loved how they were so camouflaged compared to the shore, and just all the seaweed, they look like kind of seaweed. Just more of the blue of the ocean. It was real quiet. The details you can find at 420 millimeter are pretty good. And remember, the 302.8 can focus really closely. Unlike most super telephotos, it is really, it's bordering on a macro itself. So anyway, this is 420 f4 of a mushroom just on the side of the trail. Some daisy with a mosquito that may or may not have drawn blood from me. I don't know. But just gorgeous. The bokeh is amazing. Here's some more of those same flowers, just a different kind of shade of pink. Very beautiful up there. And the 302.8 with the 1.4 just makes a watercolor out of a complicated background. And it's just so easy to use and so beautiful. The pictures are just really worth carrying that lens, even though it's not very heavy. So here's some more ducks in kind of the sun is getting long here. It's cloudy, and it created some really beautiful color in the sky. You got to really watch your exposure when you're shooting seagulls in a situation like this, because it would have been way overexposed, and so you have to really just watch the seagull's exposure and really be careful with that. And so this is a correct exposure for, the water was really dark and the seagull was really bright, and anyway, yeah, the lichens everywhere. It's just a beautiful, the palette of color of the lichen from like yellow to deep orange is really, really cool. Here's another seagull with the correct exposure. A lot of people that shoot in manual, especially, it seems like a lot of people shoot in aperture priority, and I get the convenience of it, but you'd never have this picture right with shooting in automatic. You'd have to be in manual. And you can see the little water glints, specular highlights are resolved really well with the 302.8. Even with the 1.4, it's really quite nice. Just this is the grasslands of this bog. It is so beautiful in there. Just really neat. Again, lichen. Yeah, this little guy appeared out of nowhere and hung out for just a second and then flitted off. Yep. These are all 420 f4. Notice the spider web there. It's kind of cool. You can see here. It's very pretty colors. This is the walkway that goes through the bog. It's very, very beautiful there. If you ever get a chance to go up there, please do. I don't know what this bird was. I'm just not I love to shoot birds, but I'm not a bird photographer. So maybe somebody can tell me what I don't think it's a woodpecker, but I love the tuft on the head and the attitude and the yellow and the red and the yellow. It's just, the coloring of this guy was really something. And I was able to get really close and find a hole in the trees below to just be able to shoot him. And he finally turned and put his face in the light, because otherwise it was really dark. So very, very, I really like this picture. So here's a gull kind of guarding a nest, And then this is a kind of a rookery. One of the things when they did this bog, they cut this bog into the wilderness, and they didn't really count on the seagulls taking over. And I think right now they're trying to figure out what to do because the seagulls have literally taken over. There's like hundreds of them in the air all the time at this bog. And so it's sort of upset the kind of natural habitat of the bog. And they're just trying to figure out what to do. Just a couple birds in flight. And again, a lot of people say, oh, you got to have an A1 or an A9 III to do birds in flight properly. And, at 10 frames a second, the A7C chugs along just fine. And it does a great job. You just have to shoot a lot. I really like this one. How he's looking down, he's kind of searching. And the light is just really cool on the eye. And the eye autofocus is present with it was a firmware update that brought it in, but the A7C Mark II has a really wonderful ability to capture birds in flight with eye autofocus too. Yeah, I probably shot too many birds. It's just hard because it's such a cool thing to do. I just really loved it. Okay, then we go to the 7200 f4 macro Mark II. And there's no extension tube used. This is just the, just the lens itself. And I shot everything at f4. A lot of people would probably not do that were proper macro photographers, but I just love the detail, and the selective focus is just remarkable. You'll notice my shutter speed's really high. The thing of it is, all the rules apply for sports photography also apply for shooting plants in the wind. When those plants are in the wind and the wind is blowing pretty good, which it does at the edge of the sea, they move around a lot and they move really fast. And so you really have to have a high shutter speed. And so a lot of people wouldn't be comfortable shooting up that high, but it's really essential if you want sharp pictures. I love this picture. I shot a series of like 6 or 7 pictures of this, and the wind was blowing, and so the light was changing pretty radically on this pine needle thing. And this was like my clear favorite. I just erased all the others. I just love this. It was really cool. Gosh, I like that picture. And the colors, man. Woo. Yeah. And the ferns. Just so many little details you can get with this 7200 f4 macro. It's really a neat lens to have around. Again, probably some people would shoot this at like 5.6 or 8 or something like that to get more of the flower in focus. But I love the bokeh of the background being blown out and the selective focus of just, I want you to look here, basically. And you kind of have to when I shoot like this. This is just a kind of a pond that had a lot of felled wood in it, and just really cool looking. Bunch of ducks hanging out. 2500th of a second f4. Again, 302.8 with a 1.4 extender. A field. Believe it or not, that's not sunlight. That's the coloring of the grass. There's like different parts of the VOG have different types of grass. And so if you look here, you can see this one plant is lit up really bright, and that's because it's in the middle of all this dark colored grass. And then the light was just hitting right on these flowers. I thought it was kind of cool. Okay, this is day 2 of whale watching, and I'm back out. Now we've gone in the afternoon instead of the morning, so there's no mist or fog. And now I can really look at these walls again in a different way, and it's super clear. Just unbelievable color palette there. The yellows to orange, and the green. It's just amazing to me. I love these walls. They're so cool. Okay, this is an extremely active day. So this is 420 f4, just shooting whales. I was doing some tight stuff first. Then I switched to the 7200 because the whale watching captain was able to get us pretty close to these guys. And so 7200 made more sense. And this is kind of cool. This is the two whales together, one blowing with people in the background watching. And then so there's no tail, there's no fin here, and then now you got the fins coming up. So Beautiful animals. I mean, they're just massive. You can see the flipper down below, the large, they're white. It's kind of cool. And here's a blow with all the water droplets coming down. It's really hard to get these blows this tight because you don't know where the whale's going to come up. And those of you that have shot whales in the past, you know what I'm talking about. It's very challenging to be really this tight, but it's cool. And this is like a head. You don't really see the head too much. Okay, I feel like I need to hurry up. It's cool to see, like, below the water, the large fins and the blow. Yep. Okay. There's a close-up of the blowholes. More blow. Okay, this is a Catholic church. This is an Acadian area. The southern coast of Nova Scotia is all Acadian, so they're very proud of their heritage, and they build these beautiful Catholic churches all over the place. And this is a Marian grotto in this church. It was very nice. Yeah, pretty cool. Oh, one other thing I want to mention is that in the original picture, this statue here on the right side of the picture is like right next to a window. But the altar in the background is really dark. And I was able to just simply move the shadow detail, move the shadow slider up in Lightroom and even out the exposure balance between the two. So the back altar there is probably 4 stops darker than Mary is. And so, again, the sensor in the A7C Mark II, the sensor in the A7 IV, the sensor in the new FX20 is just amazing. It's an amazing sensor. It's got huge dynamic range. You can pull off all kinds of code. This is a place called Smuggler's Cove, and you could walk down these stairs and then get this. It's pretty cool. You can see how clear that water is. I mean, the water, you could see to the bottom when it was 30, 40 feet deep. It's just beautiful, pristine landscape. Just really cool. This is this lighthouse that we stopped at. It was really nice. I thought the red table was cool, contrast to the whole thing. I really appreciate you guys coming out and watching my content on such a regular basis. The channel's growing slowly, but it's growing. We're at 20,000 views, and I just appreciate every one of you that tunes in and listens to what I have to say. There's a bit of a challenge lately for the A7C Mark II in terms of my favorite camera. I'm not sure. I haven't tried one yet, but I think the FX20 is going to maybe edge this one out, possibly. It won't edge it out for lack of weight because it's going to be heavier than this, but the added plus of the viewfinder is challenging my long-standing favorite camera status of the A7C Mark II. We'll see what happens. Oh, also notice I've got the A7CR grip on here. It just makes it feel better in my hands, especially with a bigger lens like a 3.28. So thanks so much for watching. Come on back soon.